The Borris Lace by Post project was an initiative by Carlow Arts Office, Creative Ireland Carlow and the EU Craft Hub, with support from the Borris Lace makers and in collaborations with myself and Jules.
The project was instigated as a way of managing isolation during COVID times. So the core idea was to revive the traditional craft of Borris lace and to work with the Borris lace makers. It was a many-layered way of reaching out to people in a safe way, which was why we used the postal system, and connecting with people who had an interest in learning a new craft.
Over a 6-month period, we sent out a craft pack each month. The first pack was an introduction pack. It explained the history of Borris lace. The age range was from 65 to 99. We tried to make the project accessible for everybody. So if it meant drawing, fabric printing, stitching, or trying the traditional lace technique.
We came up with a system where we could post out this kind of template of patterns and designs. We wanted people to select what they wanted to feel positive about and what they wanted to react to. So it was a way of trying to find a means of supporting people, but letting them find their own way of working out their designs. We came up with a system where they drew their designs, selected the favourite element that they wanted, and then they posted it back to us, and then that design specific to each participant was what they used as a building block.
So we had the opportunity to go into Borris Lodge Nursing Home and get to interact with the participants. It was the first time we've got to see the people who would receive the packs face to face.
I think really brought home to us how important such a tiny little thing it was of us just coming in, and by the packs were an opportunity for people to gather.
A lot of the participants found out had a background in sewing and stitching. One of the participants used to be a sewing machinist.
The lady who was an invisible mender, how she went on her own when she was 16 to England to train other people.
I used to do invisible mending. Do you remember Cole on the Marion Road? And they sent me to England. The place belonged to them to learn more and come back and teach us. To send you over on a boat on your own at a young age.
What did your mother say?
She thought I was mad. And she thought they were mad to send me on my own.
A playing field for all these conversations and memories and stories. So it stops being about the sewing and the stitching, and it becomes more about people's lives and how they connect with each other. To conclude the project, we felt it was really important that we all met together, because we developed a relationship over the months. By coming into the laundry here in Borris House, seemed to kind of complete the circle in some ways, because this is where it had all started. By putting up the display here and then having the event, it was the opportunity for people to come in to see the different elements all placed out, and then to come and see their final work.
And it was the first time that they got to meet each other as well.
It was worth coming out because we've had an opportunity to see the beautiful work that's been created, the culmination of a pandemic, I suppose you could say in some ways, because all of the work we see here today has happened remotely. And the Borris Lace by Post exhibition is a collaborative project. It was funded through Creative Ireland, the Craft Hub EU project, and supported through Carlow County Council Arts Office. It's amazing to see here today what was created, because we have some pieces here that stuck to the tradition in a lot of ways, but other really diverse pieces that incorporated beads and beautiful applique and different craftwork.
The project worked to support positive ageing and mitigate the negative impacts of isolating by supporting our older community to stay connected and engaged through a creative activity, reacquaint themselves with the long-established tradition that dates back hundreds of years here of lace making in the Borris community, and celebrate an indigenous and highly skilled craft that supported many families in the community by providing an industry and income during very difficult times. And I think that is something that was fantastic to see groups like the Borris Lace Making Group coming together and working with people that might take up the craft of lace making.
That's the really rich creative part about community arts. Whatever makes a platform for people to come together. We would never have met the people from the nursing home, and the outreach to the community and the people that we were meeting through post.
And coming from different disciplines, Jules is a visual artist, I come from a design and a craft background, and then we have the Borris lace makers who are the traditional craft, and merging those three perspectives to be able to put a new spin on Borris lace and to bring it to a wider audience that maybe wouldn't have been exposed to Borris lace before. It's a beautiful skill that anyone can do, whether it's the traditional stitching or embroidery or printing or drawing, that there's loads of ways to approach it and that it can be shared.